Did you know that a skyscraper could actually rotate? From the tallest to the most inappropriate, here are 13 skyscrapers that will inspire you. Number 13. The Tower. In October 2016, Dubai set the first foundation stone for the new structure that will be known as the Tower. It will surpass Dubai's 828-meter-high Burj Khalifa, currently the world's tallest building. The Tower, I know, very original, but I think it's called that because it hasn't been named yet, will be a notch taller than the Burj Khalifa. Designed by futuristic architect Santiago Calatrava, known mostly for the City of Arts and Sciences complex in Valencia and New York's new World Trade Center transportation hub, the tower is set to be completed in time for the Dubai World Expo in 2020. The building will also have glass balconies that rotate outside the wall of the tower, as well as a luxury hotel and 18 to 20 floors of shops, restaurants, and other tourist facilities, the company said. It will also be built in the same area as the Address downtown, the company's 63-story luxury hotel that went up in flames on New Year's Eve last year. Number 12. Jeddah Tower. All towers in the world will be dwarfed by Saudi Arabia's 1,001-meter-high Jeddah Tower, which is scheduled for completion in 2020. The last phase of its $1.2 billion development has been secured, and once the final needle is built, the tower can claim the world record for the tallest tower in the world. Also known as the Kingdom Tower, it will have the world's highest observatory and be a mixed-use building with offices, a Four Seasons hotel, and apartments. The finished building will have 200 floors. Right now, they're at around the 50th floor. The designer, Adrian Smith, was inspired by the folded fronds of young desert plant growth and the way the fronds sprout upward from the ground and start to separate, according to Gordon Gill Architecture's website. It is an analogy of new growth fused with technology. The foundation will be 60 meters deep to battle the salt water from the ocean. They better hurry up and finish it soon, because earlier this year, New York architectural design firms proposed a new skyscraper called the Sky Mile Tower in Tokyo. At 5,577 feet high, this eco-friendly complex would surpass the Jeddah Tower and could be completed in 2045. Number 11. Ryugyong Hotel. At 105 stories, this is the largest abandoned building in the world. Towering over the rest of the city, this skyscraper was supposed to be a monument to showcase the power of North Korea. Unfortunately, the supreme leader at the time, Kim Il-sung, was unable to complete it due to the economic crisis after the fall of their main benefactor, the USSR. It would have been the first building outside the US to reach over 100 stories and the tallest hotel in the world. In the 2000s, several attempts were made to complete the hotel, and the outside was done, but the inside was just concrete. The repression of the North Korean government led many architects to call it the Hotel of Doom, and Esquire magazine called it the worst building in the world, and the closest humans have come to building a Death Star. Number 10. Elephant Building. In 1997, the Elephant Tower opened in Thailand, becoming the world's largest elephant-shaped structure. I didn't know it was an elephant until somebody told me. The cubist design is now a national icon with a little bit of humor. These three towers have 32 floors full of luxury condos, offices, and shops. Its ears are multi-storied balconies, its eyes are huge windows, and its tail is made up of 20 stories of glass rooms that stick out of its rear. Its tusks are home to the building's management company. There is also a robot building in Bangkok that was designed for the Bank of Asia to reflect the computerization of banking. Architect Sumed Jumsai was inspired by his son's robot toy and made the building as a protest against the neoclassical and high-tech postmodern architecture that was so popular. Number 9. Cayan Tower. The Cayan Tower, also known as the Infinity Tower, is the world's tallest high-rise building with a twist. The unique skyscraper looks like a normal one until a giant came along and twisted it like a dish towel. The complete skyscraper spirals an amazing 90 degrees from its base to its crown, 305 meters above the ground. Previously known as the Infinity Tower, it was designed by the same architects as the Burj Khalifa, Skidmore, Owings, and Merrill, and took 7 years to build. Each floor rotates 1.2 degrees around a cylindrical elevator, giving most of the apartments a wonderful view of the Gulf and the Marina, and also protecting them from the wind load and solar heat. Number 8. One World Trade Center. The One World Trade Center is the tallest building in the Western Hemisphere and the fourth tallest in the world. The official architectural height is a symbolic 1,776 feet, referring to the year the Declaration of Independence was signed. The spire reaches 1,792 feet. Another project designed by SOM, it was meant to recapture the New York skyline, reassert downtown Manhattan's preeminence as a business center, and establish a new civic icon for the country. It serves both to remember and rebuild following the tragedy. It has the same name as the North Tower of the original World Trade Center that was completely destroyed in the terrorist attacks of September 11, 2001. Number 7. Rotating Tower. If everything goes according to plan, Dubai will have an 80-story rotating dynamic skyscraper by 2020. Have you ever seen a tower where the different stories actually change their shape? Sounds impossible, but Dynamic Group claims that this tower will be the world's first skyscraper consisting of separate rotating floors attached to a central column. Residents will be able to control the rotation speed and direction of their apartment through voice activation. I'm tired of my view today. Turn right 90 degrees. This building will never look the same twice. The dynamic tower will also generate its own energy via wind turbines placed between each floor and solar panels covering the roof of each level. Architect David Fisher says the tower will also be the world's first prefabricated skyscraper. While we have yet to see a construction date or a location, as far as I know, the Dynamic Group company has registered a patent that guarantees rights to any building in motion. They better get started if they want to finish by 2020, right? Number 6. 30 St. Mary Axe. Also known as the Gherkin, the Towering Innuendo, and the Crystal Phallus, this skyscraper is unlike anything else in London. Designed by Norman Foster, the skyscraper was purchased for over $1 billion, making it Britain's most expensive office building. Its distinctive tapered form minimizes its footprint, and it has gaps in each floor that serve as a natural ventilation system. At 40 stories, it is not the tallest building, but it definitely stands out as a symbol of contemporary architecture. It was built on top of the site that formerly housed the Baltic Exchange that was damaged by a bomb placed by the IRA in 1992. The Gherkin began as a larger building. It is now used primarily as an office building. It also reminds me of the Torre Agbar in Barcelona, Spain, that is known as the Suppository. It is also an architectural icon, and at night, the building shines with 4,500 LEDs. Number 5. Kingdom Center. With its unusual keyhole design, the Kingdom Center is Saudi Arabia's tallest skyscraper that incorporates Islamic geometry and expressive forms. Also known as Burj Al Mamlaka, the Kingdom Center was selected as the world's most well-designed skyscraper in the 2002 Emporis Skyscraper Awards. The architects created the keyhole in the top in order to conform to city laws that don't allow occupied floors above a certain height. It is home to the King Abdullah Mosque, the world's highest mosque above sea level on the 77th floor. Number 4. Shanghai Tower. The Shanghai Tower is China's tallest building and the second tallest building in the world by height to architectural top, behind the Burj Khalifa, reaching 632 meters. As of 2016, it is the world's tallest building by height to the highest usable floor, 127 to be exact. The observation deck was opened to the public on July 1st, 2016, and beat the Burj Khalifa's at 561.3 meters. The skyscraper allows visitors to stand on a glass platform and look down on the viewing deck and the city below. It also has the fastest elevators in the world with a top speed of 20.5 meters per second. Besides being the tallest skyscraper in China, it also claims to be the greenest. It has received numerous awards and certificates for its sustainable building practices and energy efficiency. Number 3. Marina Bay Sands Hotel. Possibly the biggest and most well-known chunk of the Singapore skyline, the Marina Bay Sands Hotel and Casino consists of 3 55-story towers capped by a sky park, the giant boat-like structure on top. This is known as the Sands Sky Park, which has a public observatory, gardens, restaurants, lounges, and of course, an infinity pool overlooking the city. The ground level connects directly to the metro system and has its own shopping mall, which comes complete with a gondola pond, skating rink, and food court. It's the most expensive standalone casino property and is valued at $8 billion. billion with a B. It was designed by Israeli-Canadian architect Moshe Safdie, famous for his Habitat 67 building. The developer originally asked Safdie to create a single tower, but he refused, saying that it would create a wall separating Singapore's downtown from the sea. Instead, he designed the 3 towers so the downtown would still have windows to the sea view. Number 2. Agora Tower. French architect Vincent Caillebout's twisting tower is taking shape in Taipei. Completion for this sustainable residential structure is scheduled for completion in 2017 and will have 23,000 trees, which will absorb up to 130 tons of carbon dioxide each year. The design has been conceived as vertical land or an inhabited tree, bringing green and nature back into the city. Modeled after a DNA double helix, it has a 90-degree twist, giving people panoramic skyline views. Each story rotates 4.5 degrees as the building ascends. Vincent Caillebout says that it's time to repatriate nature in our city in order to increase the quality of our life with respect to the environment. I don't know about you, but I would love to live in one of these apartments and have my own hanging garden. Number 1. Burj Khalifa. The Burj Khalifa in Dubai is the world's tallest building, for now. It is a mega-tall skyscraper, 828 meters tall. The design for the 162-story tower combines local cultural influences with cutting-edge technology to cope with the challenges of the desert. The tower's overall design was inspired by the petals of a desert flower and patterns found in Islamic architecture. The purpose of the skyscraper was to gain international recognition for Dubai and diversify from their oil-based economy. The Burj Khalifa was designed by Adrian Smith from Skidmore, Owings & Merrill, the same responsible for the One World Trade Center and the future Cayan Tower that I was telling you about. In order to support the building's weight up to such great heights, the engineers developed a concept known as a buttressed core. This concept consists of a strong core with 3 wings stretching outwards, and each wing is supported by the other 2. It has the world's highest nightclub and the world's highest restaurant. It also has the second highest observation deck in the world after the Shanghai Tower at 555.7 meters. Hope you don't have a fear of heights. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Bye!